There have been numerous events in my life so far. Some I wish I could forget, and some I just hope I've learned from. But there is one event that I hope is going to stay with me for the rest of my life.
Good luck, Spencer. You're gonna need it.
It's our first day filming for Break, and we're here at the Crucible, the home of snooker, and it's the World Championship final. It's final day. Now, play starts at 2 o'clock, and we have until then to film the tail end of our film. We've got loads to do, so we better get a riddle on.
Great venue and great start to a shoot to be somewhere so iconic in the snooker world. So it's something I've wanted to do for so long, and I haven't been this passionate about scripting in a long while.
For me, this is my directorial debut. Although I've written other scripts before, this was the one that I felt was ready to act on. The film title, Break, not only refers to the snooker element of the film, but also of him breaking free of the negative elements of his lifestyle.
Break is it's Rocky with a snooker cue. It's a rags to riches urban drama. I play Kathy, who is the mother of the lead, Spencer. We live on a council estate. Spencer's dad's in prison and he's going down a terrible road, but his escapism is snooker.
It resonates with me when I wrote the script as well, because I grew up on a council estate and I think I saw a lot of people go down one road when they had other options. We often hear people, especially from working class backgrounds, saying, you know, what choice have I got? I need to go down that road. It's the only way to make money, but it isn't. I honestly believe that everybody's got a talent. We're not always fortunate enough that we find what that talent is, but I think if you do find it, don't waste it, you know, make something of it.
So I like the character because he's actually not a bad guy. He's actually a nice guy, but he's just been unfortunate with his surroundings and his position. And I like him as well because this really is his last shot at redemption, you know, and for someone that young to have that pressure on them, to have one last shot of really making something of yourself, I think that just makes for a really interesting character and a really interesting development.
I saw Sam, got chatting to him, and when I was talking to him, I just suddenly found it popping in my head that this guy's ideal. He's quite a slight guy. He's got the right amount of vulnerability, which is, I think, was needed for Spencer's character. But he's also, when needed, got the confidence to do it, and he's actually a very, very accomplished actor.
Easily for me, I'm kind of from the same areas that the script is set in, so it's not a difficult role to get, you know, my voice right or my mannerisms right, but to get sort of the deeper nuances of the character, it's about sort of rereading the script, and I always like to break scenes down and what they mean and what origin, you know, those feelings have, and I think that's been the major thing for me, is sort of finding those nuances.
So I play Shelley, who Spencer, our main focus for the film. She's been through a lot of rubbish, but she's ended up on top, and she's quite influential when she meets people. I think people take that from her. It's just comfortable. You know, she inspires people to do what they want to do and be comfortable in themselves.
The scenes we shot today actually appear at the end of the film, and it's where our lead actor has finally come through all these demons, made it onto the other side, and he's reached a major final of a world snooker tournament, and he faces Ken Doherty, veteran of the game and a world champion himself.
My character, well, is basically myself. I'm obviously playing Spencer here in the final of the World Championships, and it's his sort of scene where he sort of makes the big time and I'm his opponent. It's a story that, you know, you could have associated with a few of the snooker players, like, you know, over the years, and I think it's you know, people will believe the story that it's something like that can happen, and I think they'll be quite interested. Snooker has become very, very popular again. You know, we're having record number of people watching it on TV across the world, and I think it'd be exciting to have another snooker movie out. We haven't had one for a long time, so this would be fantastic. So I'm looking forward to it.
It's really cool working with Michael. He's so laid back and so easygoing, and I feel like on a set sometimes the stress levels can get too much, and he kind of just releases all of that, and he's so lovely. And directions, because he's an actor himself, the direction's very clear for me.
He's going to be beneficial to work with as a director because he understands where the actor's coming from. Performance is really important to him, and he seems to have surrounded himself with really, really competent crew.
Richard Swingle, the cinematographer, we've got the ideal guy to do it. His work today has been outstanding.
One of the main challenges was to figure out a way of selling the idea that they're surrounded by an audience when obviously we're shooting in an empty arena, so we had to try and get some bodies and fill the gaps and make sure that the shots we needed had enough kind of scale to them, so it doesn't look like we're just doing like one big wide with the audience composited in and then close-ups. We needed some bridging moments in between. So figuring out how we were going to get all of those details was the tricky bit.
For me, I think what I'm trying to achieve with the look of the film is to make it look as contemporary as possible without trying to get into the cliche. At the same time, I would love that in a few years' time we look at it and we do feel it's the moment we're living. I think that's quite exciting because in a way there's so much variety of characters that I think it's interesting to trying to find their language with what they're wearing.
For me, it's important that the characters look real and of that world. It's very easy to have someone on a council estate and have their hair scooped up back into like a Croydon facelift. So I just want to be careful, and I want people to watch it and relate to the characters without being like, oh, too chavvy, As a makeup designer, it's very important that you get on with the rest of the creative team, so art department and costume, because you kind of collaborate between the three departments. You collaborate. And me and Julia get on really well, and we've done a few features together now. This is like our third feature I think we've done. It's nice to have friends on set, that have the same mindset as you, or as creative as you. Together you all develop a look.
I think this is going to appeal to a wide spectrum. I think snooker is a universal language, as is football. The Asian market is going to love this film. And I think it's a feel-good film. Everyone in Britain's going to love this film. It's just a feel-good film. Rags to riches, everybody loves.
I think we've got a fantastic team, and everybody's done an absolutely amazing job. So yeah, I think we got over that first hurdle. So I'm definitely looking forward to it.